All right, mic check 1, 2, 3. Looks good. So welcome to Good Choices. ChatGPT is back. It was being overloaded, but I should.
All right.
If I don't have ChatGPT, these videos are kind of hard to make. Because ChatGPT is my personal tutor, so it's like I don't have a personal tutor anymore. But yeah, so like ChatGPT is back. We can see it's working. We can see that the first thing I did is a sound check. So I want all of my videos to start like that. um, so yeah, ChatGPT is good. So let's continue the lesson with the guided exercises. Okay, so ONEKO is a funny program that displays a cat chasing your mouse cursor. If not already installed in your desktop system, install it using your distribution's package manager. We will use it to study job control. Perfect. Okay, so I don't know if it's a command line thing. Let's try it. Okay. Oops. All right, so it should be installed now. So ONEKO. Oops, I can't. Yeah, so this is a graphical thing. So let's uninstall. And then let's try it in because right now I only have my home lab set up for like I could change my home lab so that I could VNC into it, but that just seems like a lot of that just seems like a lot. So I'm gonna work in this virtual machine instead. It's really laggy, which isn't ideal, but I don't need to go through any extra setup steps. All right, so we'll try it here. ONEKO. All right, same deal. It's not installed, so let's install it. Okay, and now that we have a system with graphics enabled, we will run ONEKO. There we go, and now we've got this nice cat here. Let's pet the cat, okay, and then move the cursor over, and the cat follows the cursor. We can see that the cursor is actually mouse. So very, very fun. Now, can it leave the terminal? Okay, it can leave the terminal. Okay, so it can go. It can go just about anywhere on the screen. That's kind of cool. All right, so now we're gonna use this to work on jobs, and it scratches himself when I'm going. Oh, the cursor's gone. Now it doesn't know what to do. Okay, so we started the program. Okay, so now we're gonna move to see the cat chase it. Perfect. Okay, now what we're gonna do is suspend the process. So how do you do that, and what is the output? So what we can do is we can do Control Z, and now the process is stopped. So the output is we still have our controller looking like a mouse, but the cat no longer chases it. The cat is just frozen on the screen. So now let's see how many jobs I have and what type. So if I click jobs, I've got one job of a stopped type. So that's the output right there. Okay, now let's send it to the background using the job ID. So the job ID is 1. All right, so we do BG, then the percent sign, then 1. All right, and now the job is in the background, and we can see the output is we get the job ID, and then see this. So remember that's the command to run things in the background. So how can we tell the job is running in the background? So one thing we could do is the jobs, and we can see that. Now if we're across user sessions, what we could do is something like htop, and then we could see regardless of the session, and we can even do a search oneko, and yeah, we can see it now. So like if you're in between sessions, you can still use you can still see, even though you can't see it in jobs anymore, you'll be able to see it. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's kind of cool. You can, so let's go back to htop. Now let's click on this. Yeah, see how it opens the search, and it says search down here. So now let's click cancel, and then now let's click quit. So see how you can just click in htop? You know, you can't do that in top, and you certainly can't do that in jobs. Those are just command line utilities. So that's another reason why htop is really the way to go. I might have this open from now on because I know if I'm ranting and going off topic, the cat will just fall asleep on me. All right, so how many jobs do you currently have? What do you type? What is the output? So right now I have one job. Send it to the background. Okay, did that. How we can tell it's running in the background by this ampersand character. Then finally terminate the job, specifying its job ID. So for that we can do kill, like that. And the cat goes away, and the mouse no longer turns, or the mouse no longer turns to an actual mouse. Okay. So now we're going to terminate all Apache 2 processes without using their PIDs and with two different. Oh wait, sorry. Now we're going to discover the PIDs of all processes spawned by the. Oh, actually, before we turn on, let's see if I got the answers correct. Okay, so you can use Control Z. I did that. We see that it's stopped. We see that it's the most recent command that was run. Now to check how many jobs. We can do it with jobs. We saw we can also do it using other methods. The method I would endorse most is the htop method because let me demo this. So if we run Enoki again, and then we run it in the background. So we've got it going, perfect. So now let's exit out of the session. Okay, so now that it's running in the background, you know it's still running. So let's open the terminal again, and then type jobs. And now we don't have any jobs because we started a new terminal session, and the jobs keyword only shows you jobs that were started or otherwise modified in the current terminal session. So maybe there's a way to see them all, like a -A or something. No, I don't see it. So I think like what if I do like I think I've tried this all before. So if I do like a sudo jobs, it doesn't. Yeah, it's still. I mean, it doesn't even recognize the command anymore if I do a sudo jobs. So yeah, so really the only way to to see it and terminate it across sessions is to open htop, enoke, I believe it was, or I don't remember what it was called. enoke. I thought that's what it was called. Oh, oneko. There we go. And now we've got the process here. So we can select that process now, and then we can click kill. And you can do that all with the mouse. So the kill signals are all listed there too. You don't have to memorize them at all as long as you're using htop. So yep, we're going to send the sigterm symbol signal if that doesn't do the trick, then we can just right there click on another symbol. So that htop utility really is powerful because we can see that it can look at retrospective jobs that were started in different shells. The jobs command cannot do that. It can only look at jobs that were started or modified in the current shell, and if you quit out of the shell and go back into a new shell, you will not see the jobs that you started before. htop, you can see all the jobs. Okay, so discover the PIDs of all the processes spawned by the Apache HTTPD web server with two different commands. Oh, and we're looking at the answers as well. So, yep, did the jobs. That's good. Also did htop, background. Yep, BG, %. This is the part you might have trouble remembering. And then kill %time. And then this is another kind of tricky part. So what the %sign does is it tells us that we're using a job ID. If we leave out the %sign, this would be interpreted as a process ID. All right, so let's discover the PIDs of all the processes spawned by the Apache web server with two different commands. All right, let's do it. Oh, shoot. Okay, those are the answers. Okay, well, I don't remember. I did happen to see pgrep, so let's use that. All right, so we got no running. But now I'm on my own. I didn't see the answer for this next one, so I've got to think of the second one. So we're looking for job IDs. So, So what we need is an alternative to pgrep, and what we want to do is discover the PIDs of all processes spawned. So you can do that with pgrep, which is like, yeah. Can you use it with the jobs maybe? Or maybe you can use it with top. I think I'm going to go with top. I'm going to go with top dash well, let's just look at the answer. I don't know, maybe because I'm lazy. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I wanted to look at the answer because I knew I'd never get it. So pgrep is 1, and I only got that because of looking it up. And then the other one is PID, process ID of. So that one should have been the freebie, but this is where the best way to learn this material is you create flashcards, and then you go through and you memorize everything. Memorization is unfortunately a key part of high performance. All right, so terminate all Apache 2 processes without using their PIDs and with two different commands. Okay, well, this one I have no idea. No idea. I mean, it'd be like a kill, right? So you could do it. You could do it without specify. Yeah, so you could do the signal. So you could like do this job spec instead of the PID because these are like OR characters. That would work. So that, I guess that's my first answer is kill with the job specification. But then my second answer, I don't know. Well, you know what? Let's just get through this. And I got the first one wrong as well. So the answer is pkill. So let's take a look at the help for pkill. So this is doesn't really have good help on it, but pkill would be used to determine all processes without using their process IDs. So let's run the ONEKE again. Or KO? ONEKO? Yeah, that's it. And then let's run it in the background. So I'm going to stop it with Control C. You know what? Oh, wait. Yeah, so ONEKO. And then the ampersand running in the background. There we go. See it in my jobs. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna try killing it using pkill and not using the not using the process ID. Now if we want the process ID, I forget how to get the process ID. I know that you can use a pretty easy way. Oh, it's -L. Okay, so now we have the process ID. So if we wanted to use the process ID, we could use jobs -L. The other thing we could do is pgrep. There we go, same thing. Or we could do process ID of, which should be the most memorable one, but apparently it's not. All right, so there we go. We've got the process ID. Now let's, without the process ID, kill it. There we go. So we can now see that the job is done. Let's start the job again. All right, and then we will stop the job using the other command, kill all. And same deal. All right, so the next question is question number 4. So that is, question number 4 is, suppose you have to terminate all instances of Apache 2 and you do not have time to figure out what their process IDs are. How would you accomplish that using kill with the default sig term signal in a one-liner? That's interesting. So I think I could probably get the answer by looking at the help for kill. So I think the answer is you would choose a signal. So it would be like kill dash s for like signal, the signal name, and then Apache 2. So basically you'd have to use a signal name that kills everything. So we can figure out what that might be by going into actually we could just do it right in right in kill. If we do kill dash L, we can list all the signal names. Not dill. It's not a pickle. Well, it is a pickle. It's more of a jam than a pickle. But let's see here. So we've got like sig kill. We've got sig term, probably for terminate. I don't know. The default one I think is number 9. I'm not sure. So like that's my answer. Is you do a kill dash s and then you use one of these signals, and then you specify Apache 2. As far as which signal, maybe is there a signal that says all somewhere? Let's do a pipe grep for all. There is no signal with all. Let's just make sure our grep, yeah, our grep works. We got sig. Yeah, I guess I'll go with number 9, sig kill. Let's try it. Oh, this is interesting. So, oh, this is fascinating. So this ties it all together for me. This is everything we learned distilled down to one question. So, suppose you have to terminate all instances of Apache 2 and you do not have time to find out what their PIDs are. How would you accomplish that using kill with the default sigterm signal in a one-liner? So this is brilliant. So what does this command pgrep do? And let's use it for let's start a bunch of sleep commands. So we'll do sleep 5, and then we'll suspend it. Sleep 10, suspend it. 15, suspended. 20, suspended, and 25 suspended. So now if we look at the jobs, we've got 5 stop jobs. If we do PID OF, which is the one we should remember, now we've got 5 process IDs. Now you can notice that the process IDs are all on the same line and separated by spaces. If we do pgrep, oops. Now we can see that the process IDs are on different lines separated by new lines. So now what is this? This is standard output. So if we were to convert the standard output into standard input and then feed it, or into input, I don't think it's standard input in that case. Standard input comes from the keyboard, I think. But if we were to convert the standard output into input and then feed it into a function, into a program that takes input, such as kill, we would do that in this case in a way that handles output that is line by line. Let's see what happens when we do it with output that is all on the same line and separated by spaces. So we're going to do jobs one more time. There's all our jobs. Then we're going to do kill, and we're going to convert the standard output to input by this backtick. Then we'll do PID OF, and then we'll do sleep. There we go. So now we're feeding the output of this command, which is, as we saw, all on the same line. And then we're going to feed that to kill. So it'll be kill. And then we don't have to specify anything further because by default, sigterm is the signal. And then hopefully it will go through and kill each of these jobs because it has the process ID for each job from the standard output of the PID OF command. All right, so it looks like everything went good without any issue. So let's hit jobs. But see, this is a problem now. So I think what happened is we fed, we fed invalid input to it. So let's try this. Let's try kill, and then blah, blah, blah. Okay, so see, maybe that's not what happened because arguments must process or must be processes or job IDs. If I just feed a random job ID to it that I make up, it might be an actual thing. So let's do PID. PID. How about htop? Or how about just top? And then we can sort by process IDs. I forget how. It's probably not P. That seems a little bit easier. Oh, you know what? I forget how, so let's just do H. And now let's source by process IDs. So I know that T is a source command, so let's find T. So actually T is not a, I think N. Let's see here. Oh, toggle. Yeah, I think we need to toggle. So yeah, if we do a capital R, then we sort. So let's try that. Okay, so now we're sorting by the process ID. We can see we don't have any process IDs with 5 digits. So let's try feeding the kill command a process ID with 5 digits that I just make up. And this is, of course, risky. You only do this in your lab. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we get no such process. So that is kind of strange because the command for if we look at the jobs, we did it successfully. We did PID OEV sleep, and then we did not get any sort of error command such as no such process or whatever. Now maybe the standard error was not shown to the screen for whatever reason. That could be the case, but it seemed to happen without any issue. Now let's try it the other way, line by line, and see if we get the same anomalies that we're seeing here. Okay, yep, same deal. Even though we're p-grapping all of the process IDs, we as inputs to kill, we can see we still actually did not kill these jobs. If we were to take one of these process IDs and do kill on the process ID, so it would be 2929. It wouldn't do anything. Okay, so you know what? Maybe I'm doing this. Let's see here. So, okay, so you can do kill. Then you in the brackets here, we can see we can do any of these to specify the signal, and then you can do the process ID, or you can do a job specification, or you can just do kill-L to see all the signals. So I think I did it right. I did kill, and then I fed in process IDs. So I'm not sure what went wrong there. So let's try it. Let's try it exactly as they have written. So here's all my jobs. Everything looks good. Then we're going to do kill with the other form of syntax. Maybe this works better. All right, take a look at my jobs. Nothing. Let's try it with. I already tried it this way, but we'll try it again. All right. All right. Now we'll try it with the PID of command, the easier one to remember, but that's not necessarily always the case. So PID OEV sleep. Nothing. So kill now. PID OEV sleep. Nothing. All right, so I'm not sure what's going on here. So NERT. So let's take a NERT here. So we'll take a note. Since SIGTERM 15 is the default signal, it is not necessary to pass any options to kill. Yeah. So I'm not sure what to do with that. Let's try kill and then try it with the job ID. Okay, so now that actually had an effect. Even though we can see it's the same deal. It actually appears not to have had an effect, even though it says that it did. Oh, okay, there we go. It was just slow. Okay, perfect. All right, we'll just stop all of them. Just having hung processes can be harmful to the system, so we're going to shut them all down. And there we go. Now the output of jobs is clear. So it's kind of concerning that this did not work. Let's go ahead and ask the AI, personal tutor. And then let's do this whole exercise again and paste it into the AI and say, why didn't this terminate? Why weren't my jobs terminated? See below. Okay, and we're going to go through the exact same exercise. So back where I created the, yep. So it's command 72 through 76. Oh, and then okay, it's probably easier just to type them all and not use we can do 15, 20, 25. All right, so now we've got the same 10 jobs. So we're gonna try kill percent. There we go, and we're gonna do the. Let's do the pgrep so that it can't say that it's because they're all on the same line. Oops, I guess we got to do everything again. Oh, no, we can just do jobs. There we go, and then we can do pgrep. Okay, and then we can do jobs again, and we see we got nothing. So, now here's the kicker. I don't have a clipboard, so the clipboard is not modified. I've been trying to figure out how to do that, but I cannot. So let's just say, why weren't my jobs terminated? And it should be able to handle that.
In Linux systems, you can use either pgrep or PIDOF to find the process IDs, PIDs of running processes, and then pass those IDs to the kill command. So, you can use any of the following one-liners to send a signal to all instances of Apache 2. $kill $PGREP Apache 2 $kill PGREP Apache 2 note the use of backticks $kill PIDOF Apache 2 $kill PIDOF Apache 2 note the use of backticks. Any of these commands should work, although PGREP and PIDOF might have different behaviors in specific cases, like when dealing with multiple instances or child processes. Generally speaking, PGREP offers more flexibility with regex matching, and PIDOF is more straightforward. Now, let's tackle the issue of why your Apache 2 instances weren't terminated. Permissions. Make sure you have the required permissions to send signals to the Apache 2 processes. Typically, you'll need root or superuser permissions. Running instances. Double check if Apache 2 is indeed running. You can use psox grep Apache 2 to verify.
Okay,
Signal handling. Apache
it might only work on running instances. These are stopped instances. So would it work on stopped? So let's do this. Would it work on stopped instances or only running instances?
B. Kill command with the default signal
there we go.
On running processes.
All right, so
an instance of Apache
let's try that again. So now I'm just gonna stop it with the job ID. You know what? Let's do this. Let's bring it all to the foreground. So we're gonna do FG. Let's bring it to the background. So BG. And then for each of the process, 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and then we'll do a jobs. Okay, so I think actually like the time runs out even though they're stopped. So like, the time ran out. So let's just start a bunch of sleeps in the background for like high value. So we'll do 120, and then we'll do it in the background. Then we'll do 130, and then 140. All right, so now let's look at our jobs. Let's look at our process numbers. All right, let's get the process IDs of each of these jobs. To confirm. So we're going to do process ID of sleep. There we go, and we've got 3 process runnings. So now let's kill them all using what we learned about converting output to input. All right, and now that these are running jobs, they've all been terminated. So it only works on terminated jobs. It does not work on stopped jobs. Okay, so the next one is top. I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, ready to close this out. So now we're going to start top and interact with it by performing the following. The first thing we're going to do is show a forest view. So I'll do that on my lab here, virtualized machine. So top and then forest view. Don't remember it, so I'll hit H. And there we can see capital V is forest view. Capital F, what's capital F? Something else. There is no capital F allocated. So not only is capital F not for, oh, there is. Okay. It's for fields. Okay, so that's fair. All right, so control uppercase V. So now if I expand this out, and we can already see there's these ticks now. If I do it again, now the ticks are gone. So that's force view. All right, so there we go. And now we're going to show the full paths of processes, differentiating between user space and kernel space. What? I do not know how to do that. Well, I think I'm just going to look at the answer for that. It's kind of beyond me, unfortunately, which does not bode well for me for the test, but it bodes well for me for getting through this. So I guess C is okay. So now we toggle between the command name and then the line. So if we hit C. Okay, so C stands for command, lowercase. So now we only see the command. We do not see the full path. Yeah, okay. And then we hit it again. Now we do see the absolute path, not the relative path, because it starts with a slash. Sorry, I can see everything outside the window, and sometimes there's things happening outside the window that are kind of noteworthy. All right, so now we can type the PS command to display all processes started by the Apache HTTP web server user. Okay, so we're gonna use the command, and we can use all forms of syntax on Ubuntu, which is great. So let's do that. So using BSD syntax, we're going to do PS. Then we're going to do, now we want to show all processes. So let's get some help to, oh, here we go. So we can do PS, all, let's try that. Oh, I see. Okay, so we can do this, or we can do, oh, you know what? So we can do PSA data, or sorry. Oh, yeah. So this is a BSD option. Wait. I think this is another one where it's just like, I don't know, it's early in the morning. Oh, okay, here it is. I mean, I knew the difference that, oh, you know what? That's where I went wrong. So it would have worked if I used a capital A, I think. No. Where's the U? Where's the uppercase U? See, the help menu of isn't always foolproof. There we go. Now we got it to work. Let's try it with the other syntax. Got that to work. Final syntax. Yeah, relying too much on the help menu can be a recipe for disaster because sometimes the help menu is really bad. Let me ask the AI a really good question here. So when I work on Linux, especially with older utilities such as PS, sometimes the help menu just isn't useful at all and doesn't even show me the correct syntax for the command. Is there something I can do on a Linux system to make the help menus better, such as downloading all new help menus that are interactive and that don't have errors and that are way easier to follow?
You bring up a good point. Traditional Linux utilities often come with less than intuitive help menus, and this can be a hurdle especially when you're preparing for the LPIC-1 exam and wanting to master Linux for remote job opportunities. How to improve the help experience. Man pages. The manual man command usually provides more detailed information than the help switch. If you haven't tried it yet, enter man command to see the manual for the command you're interested in. Bash copy code and PS TLDR pages. 2 logged in read TLDR pages are community contributed, simplified man pages with practical examples. You can install them with package managers like apt-brew or npm.
That looks good.
Bash copy code npm install gtldr tldr ps cheat. Cheat allows you to create and view interactive cheat sheets for Linux commands. It's customizable, so you can write your own cheat sheets.
That looks good too.
Bash copy code of pip install cheat sheet ps fish shell. If you don't mind switching shells, the fish shell offers on-the-fly command syntax highlighting and auto suggestions. Explain shell. This is a web service where you can paste a command line to see the meaning of each part. It's useful for breaking down complicated commands you might encounter. Custom scripts. You can write shell scripts that layer an interactive menu over a command, asking you questions to generate the right command syntax. Software repositories. Sometimes more user-friendly versions of utilities are available but not installed by default. Always keep your system and packages.
All right, so this looks good. Explain shell. It looks like it's you just paste whatever. If you get some, so like if you get some crazy thing, like we saw some of this in the in some of the other questions. So like if you're not comfortable with the difference between standard in between output and input, you can take a command like this. And then you can feed it into explain shell. Let's remove the leading. Let's remove the symbol that there. There we go. This is better. So now we got the kill command. So the kill command sends a signal to the process. So here's the syntax for the kill command, which hopefully we should be familiar with. Oh, sorry. And then we can click on it. There we go. And now we can see more information about it. And then here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm kind of dissatisfied with this because it doesn't explain what this is. So I wanted to like explain the absolute basics. Because like, for me it's like I already know that like a space separates things, so like just knowing like I mean I guess these might be useful. But this would be really useful if you're like going back through someone's work and like they think they're clever and they use all this messed up stuff. Like just paste it in here and you don't have to solve their mind puzzle. All right, but let's try LTDR. I kind of like that. So we're gonna do sudo, or let's do npm. We don't have it, so we'll do sudo apt get install LTDR. Or TLDR, too long didn't read. So now it's TLDR, too long didn't read for PS. It looks like we're doing a get pull from somewhere now. We're doing quite a bit. All right, we can move on to the next question while we're waiting for that. We got through question 6. by just looking right at the answer. So now we're at the explorational exercises. So the first explorational exercise, and mic check 1 2. There we go. The sig-hup signal can be used as a way to restart certain daemons with Apache HTTPD server. For example, sending sig-hup to the parent process, the one started by init, kills off its children. The parent, however, rereads its configuration files, reopens log files, and spawns a new set of children. Do the following tasks. So first thing we're going to do is start the web server. And here's the too long didn't read thing. So to list all running processes, we do this. Oh yeah, this already looks way better. All right, so let's try the cheat one first, quick before going on, and this will help with this next one. So we're gonna do pip install cheat. Okay, and then that's not. Let's try it with sudo apt get install cheat. Now we've got it with snap. Let's try it with snap. All right. Now I like the TLDR because it's just all, you don't have to use snap. It's just there ready to go for like Ubuntu systems. So I definitely recommend download that. Like maybe for the LPIC you won't be able to use it, but it's basically like a built-in way to learn the LPIC better. So there's really no harm in using it. All right, so okay, so now with the Apache server, so we with the Apache server, for example, yep. So the parent, however, yep. So now we need to start the web server. Before we do that, we'll do cheat ps. We'll create a config file. We'll download the community cheat sheets, and then we'll do cheat ps one more time. There we go, and we've got something kind of like similar to TLDR for PS, but I like TLDR a lot better. So I'm going to be using TLDR from now on, I think. These are customizable, which can be nice, but I'm not sure if there's I'm not sure how to customize it, but I'll just use TLDR. I like that utility. So the next thing I want to do is to start the Apache web server. So we're going to do Apache 2, not found. So we're going to do sudo apt install Apache 2. Yes. Okay, and looks like we're having trouble finding some archives, but let's see if I can start it anyway. Okay, still. So let's try apt get apt update. All right, and then we'll try the installation command again, which command 193. And hopefully it can connect to those repos now. Looks like it can. All right, so that looks good. So then the next thing we need to know is the parent ID or the PID of the parent process. So let's do jobs. Okay, nothing there. We didn't start the server yet, so let's do that. So we got an error here. So we need a valid directory in this. So let's try that. Okay. All right, so it looks like it takes the okay. I feel like the directory I'm in right now is not valid, so I'm just not sure which one is valid. Let's try just running it again to get that message. So there's an error. Default runtime directory must be to the root server. So where's the server root? How can I know where the Apache server root is?
Knowing where. Apache server root, often called the document root, is located can be vital when you're working in roles that involve network automation or DevOps, as both often require web server management.
All right, I think it's probably here. So I think we have to change into this present working directory in order to run it. So let's try that. CD etc Apache 2. There we go. And now let's see if we can run that file. Nope. Okay, so let's ask another question. I'm getting an error message where it says syntax error on line 80 of a configuration file. It says that the default runtime dir must be a valid directory, absolute or relative to the service, to the server root. What is happening?
B. Error message you're encountering indicates that there's an issue with the configuration file you're working with. Specifically, the server cannot recognize or access the default runtime directory specified in the configuration. This is usually set with directives like default runtime dir or similar within the file. The error is likely causing Apache, or whichever service you're configuring, to fail to start or operate correctly. Given your career goals in network automation and the fact that you're preparing for certifications like...
Alright, so it's just telling me to do what I already did. Let's do that one more time. Okay, and then we'll go to line 80. Okay, and then here's what I saw. So directory where it will be other runtime files will be stored. Oh, is this why? I think I have to start it like this. So, okay, I think that might be why. So I've got to start it like this. So I'll go to my present directory again, and then I'll do systemctl start Apache 2. Now jobs, don't have any jobs, but okay, I think that's it. So yep, that's my answer. I'm sticking to it. So the next one, let's see here. So now we need to know the process ID of the parent process, so we can do that using top. Now we can do that in forest view to get the parent process. And so this is the parent system D. We need Apache 2. All right, don't see it. There's for GMD3. All right, well, let's try HTOP. I like that better anyway. And then we'll do and we can point and click. So let's point and click on search, and we'll do Apache 2. Okay, there we go. So we've got the parent process. Looks like it's, and this is for do we need a force view on this as well? But anyway, I think it's 4840. I think that sounds good. All right, and then we're going to make it restart by sending it the sig hop signal to the parent process. So I think I can take care of that. So I'll do that with a kill. Kill is how you send signals, and then a -L, and then sig hop pipe grep. All right, so that's the number 1 signal. So it'll be kill dash help, and this will be signal number. So we'll do kill dash n1, and then okay, so now we need the process ID, which was, I don't remember. I think it was like 4080. I shouldn't just make it up. So let's go back to HTOP. Now let's do a search. Apache 2. Oops, I did the wrong thing. So we'll do a F3, and then Apache 2, and then 4840. And operation is not permitted. Let's try with the sudo. Oh, and we got an invalid argument -n. I mean, we could just do a -HUP like that, or sig hop, and there we go. So now PS 4080 or 4840, and yep. So now it's looks like it's going. So check that the parent was not killed and that the new children have been spawned. So all right, so we did see 2 here. So it looks like the children, but the thing is they weren't in force view. They didn't appear to be children. Okay. Oh, maybe it's just runoff. Okay. Well, we've got a bunch of new ones. So that's my answer. I'm sticking to it. It's the wrong answer. So let's go and see what the right answer actually is. Okay. So this is for number 1, first explorational exercise. Okay, so I got this one right. PID, I got it in my own way. There's always more than one way to do it in Linux. But let's see if that, I think it was 48. It's in my command history. Yeah, it was 4840. Let's see if that is the same. This is probably a better way to do it. There we go. So now we've got same deal. Yep, and I was correct. 4840. So we can see that the parent process is started by the root user. There we go. In our case, the one with PID 1653. In my case, the one with PID 4840. So now we make the Apache HTTP server restart by sending that signal. I did that right. And this is how I did it. I had to use sudo, but it's still the correct answer. And then check that the parent was not killed and that the new children have been respawned. So we should get new process IDs for these processes once they are back up. And that is exactly what happened. We've got brand new process IDs. All right, so now you should see the parent Apache 2 process together with 2 new children. So yep, the parent has the same process ID number. We've got 3 new children, which is kind of interesting, but maybe it has to do with the virtualization. Yeah, hey, guess what? I got it right. I just did it in my own way using htop, which is perfectly valid. Might be tricky because on the test, you might not have access to htop to just install whatever you want. So there is this built-in PS, and then if you do AUX and grep, it's not that bad. All right, so question number 2. Oh, these are really long. I want to finish this all in one video, but man, I'm already at the 1 hour mark. And there's 4 questions. I kind of want to just cut it here because, you know, with I feel like I'm never confident that there's not going to be a mic issue or something stupid like that. So like, you know, if I have 4-hour videos and there's a mic issue, that's a big deal. Whereas if I have 1 hour videos max, hour and a half videos max, it's like, okay, well, I'll probably be going back over it in the other video anyway. So mic issues aren't as big of a problem. Check 1 2 looks good now. So I'm gonna stop it here, and then I'm gonna do a separate video for the rest of the explorational exercises and the summary. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.